So remember the bodyguard that was pretty much, aware and active and the head bodyguard during the whole Cassie debacle. His name is Roger Bonds. He came up and he basically was start talking in cryptic codes that he was gonna basically say something, right? His Instagram got deleted, and people were like, "What the fuck?" Okay, so basically it says Diddy, former bodyguard's Instagram disappears amid admitting he allegedly saw Diddy assault multiple people. So his Instagram went down for a bit. It did come back up later, and when it did come back up, his profile's now private, and he's following, I believe, Diddy. No, not Diddy. No, sorry. He's following 50. So I'm not sure if 50's down to pay him some money for like information, or he's just like, trolling Diddy by following 50. But he's now following 50 Cent, and his profile is private. By the way, he previously had said that, Diddy could have helped him out with 100,000, but he didn't. Then he helped a lot of other people out with way more money. Okay. Anyway, that's not the only part of it, right? So this guy is supposedly going to speak in the near future, right? Give me 1 second. All right. Now, everybody's like analyzing everything with Diddy. They're going back to think about like A, B, C, and D, what this guy's been up to. And this clip came up. Watch this shit.
Way out for me. They can try to dangle money. They didn't think I ever leave. Niggas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks. We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't family. But it's a way out for me. They can try to dangle money. They didn't think I ever leave. Niggas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks. We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't.
I don't know if you heard that lyric, but it looked like it's aimed at Diddy. You hear Mase says niggas don't like to pay their artists, but they love to pay the freaks. That's an odd way to kind of mention shit. Now, keep in mind, I think Mase might be under NDA. He's doing a show with Cameron. He hasn't really said anything of substance about any of these allegations. But people kind of believe that maybe he knows more than what he's leading on to be. Niggas don't like to pay their artists, but they like to pay the freaks. By the way, before we get to Jaguar Wright stuff, Gene Deal, who's like, my man is on a tour right now. I gotta go to Art of Dialogue. Nah, right here. A video with Gene Deal dropped today that basically, and by the way, also even Mark Curry. Watch this.
About her book, because there's always been a rumor for a while now that, she got killed because she was exposing a lot of stuff in her book. Is there any truth to that?
Unless they can hide unless she did her book on Google
Docs?
And it's in the clouds, and they could get somebody to get it out of there, she ain't got no book. It's just a conspiracy. Kim, it was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy. All the men that they slept with together.
Wait, what?
Because there were men that they slept with together.
Nigga, what?
There were swinging times that they slept with together.
What?
I don't know, man. How do you put your girl through some shit like that? Or how you look at your girl and knowing that she sexing another dude? What kind of demonic mind you have to be that far gone where that don't bother you for somebody that you love? But Kim Book was going to express all that. And I hope she did her book on Google Docs, or she did her book somewhere that is floating in the cloud of the internet that somebody could go get it one day. Because any picture you take, anything that you write or say, it's in that internet cloud. It just got to be tablets or whatever she had, allegedly. And
So he basically saying that Diddy, number one, was joining Kim Porter in swinger parties and, I don't know, threesomes or maybe orgies, but he's claiming that it had to do with Diddy sleeping with other men. That's odd. Okay. Now, a familiar face has started speaking about some other things as well, because I think people are in the process of trying to, like, now they see the chink in the armor for all really powerful men. Diddy used to be in the protectables category. Nobody would ever say nothing about him. That's over. If you look, and this were
a million times.
Okay, so that's Jagger, right?
Got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes.
Wow, man. So she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together.
She was going to expose everything. I heard it was tell all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then in real time?
Yeah. 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 Because I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them. And I would never mention his name because he's a good brother and he knows my family down there. You know, he knows my family down there. And I would never, put his name out there like that. He's been in the music business. He done put a lot of groups, A-listed groups out there, especially A-listed groups from Atlanta. So I would never put his name out there like that. But, I got the key, I got the pass key to everything. But then when, they needed more ice or they needed bottles and stuff like that, when I used to go to the door and I knock on the door and they open the door and then, my nosy, whoa, you see certain or they sitting in the jacuzzi together, all of them.
All right, man, fuck all that. Anyway. Somebody made a interesting conversation or an interesting point. It was just like, are straight black men, or are the rest of the maybe heterosexual community only maybe surprised that Diddy might be not straight, or are they appalled by his crimes? Because I think there's a lot of the conversation that continually is being circulated around, Diddy likes dick, or Diddy's weird, rather than Diddy is like a deviant, right?
Not knowing. You see shit like that, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, now Mark Curry, who is someone who turned down,
And man, it's a blessing
turned down the publishing, he's speaking of as well.
to be they wouldn't happen, but I just didn't know when.
So with that being said, for the people that's not familiar with you, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, my name is Mark Curry. I'm a former bad boy recording artist. A lot of people, I made a lot of hits for Puff, gave him a lot of good words to say, inspiration. you know, sometimes a lot of people live through your words. So there's a lot of my words that I may have gave him before in life that he lived through to help make him. Come from Atlanta. I'm from New Jersey, New York when I was raised though. I grew up in Atlanta. I'm a book author. So I wrote a book. I'm a carpenter, master carpenter. Man, I'm just all the above, man. A brother, your brother, yo. That's me. I don't like to put big titles on myself because I feel like I could be anything that I want. I don't have like one set title of me. I think that I could be everything. So when you ask me about me, without
All right, Mark. Yo, Mark, we don't give a fuck about you like that, man.
you know, but with everything that's going on, man, you looking at they dropping them left and right. Companies are parting ways with him. All of that's happening right now because he's tarnishing his own image. What I think is just it's what I call is a character assassination that's going on right now. So it's just another form to silence a man, to humble a person. You know how sometimes you got to humble somebody.
You're right, right.
Yeah, I think he's being humbled right now, which it took a long time. It takes a long time to humble an arrogant person.
So Diddy, he's an arrogant guy.
Very arrogant, selfish, all of those kind of things that you don't like. You don't never see in a true friend or a grown man. You know what I mean? Like you're a grown man, you carry yourself like a grown man. He doesn't carry himself like a friend. You know.
So you're not surprised when you hear Cassie say that, you know, Diddy, he used to hit her and she had to cover up her bruises with makeup. You're not surprised when you hear that. Because I interviewed Gene Deal and he wasn't around Bad Boy when Cassie was around. But he told me.
So, by the way, that last Jaguar right clip I was playing, I was basically trying to say, like, yo, I think we're all, like, open to the idea that Diddy might be gay. But she just tried to throw in some Soulja Boy and 50 Cent shit that 50 might be gay. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You would have to show me a video of 50 fucking a nigga for me to believe he's gay. I don't think he's. Come on, let's be honest.
Me that, you know, he did the same thing to Kim Porter.
Or you could take it before then, and then you can remember when Mase was dating Eric Sermon from EPMD, and that was her childhood boyfriend. Like coming up, they was the.
By the way, Pap says, yo, she's off the dust. Just Bricky official says, yo, Draco's gonna snap, and Hen Dog says, yo, Jaguar drives an Uber. She don't know what none of these people are doing these days.
Lovey-dovey couple, and it was back then. He used to, do that with Mase. So one thing I always say is, as a man, and as anyone in a relationship, we often go through these kind of things. So I've seen it in friends. I've seen it in him. I've seen fights. I've seen all kinds. I've seen fights where he have an argument, fight with a female, whatever it may be. I've seen it with my own friends. But sometimes you say, we all go through things, but once you have a sign of doing it over and over and over again, that's when it becomes a problem. You be like, so every relationship that you get in, you're violent in them. So you say, I don't have to wait to see what he would, I was around when Cassie was there. I knew Kim Porter before I knew Puff. I met Mase, but it was a history. When you have a history of the same thing, man, it becomes a problem. Something you do once or twice, you get over. First, you're not supposed to put your hands on a woman's the way I was raised. And the only person that really put their hands on women really is men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, it's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man. It's still a boy, like a bad boy.
And speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man. But it was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else they do. What do you think he's going to do if he found her on the phone talking to someone and or feels that she's cheating on him or somebody sleeping with his girl? What you think he's going to say? Ooh, I caught you. Ooh, I heard this. Nah, he's going to come in with it's going to be a fight. But that's something that you've seen from the inside. When you're on the inside looking out, it's like looking at Blueface and his girlfriend always arguing on TV. They toxic relationship. So when you're on the inside looking out, you don't really see them like fighting. You just be like, they tripping. This is their relationship. It's been going on like that with them for years. So usually when you notice Puff was in those kind of violent relationships with his females, this been going on ever since 2-3 years. This ain't just something that just happened. This ain't the first fight. It ain't the last fight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough of the Diddy shit, man. Clearly, I feel like people are trying to pick up checks, including Mark Curry. Like, I do believe our dialogue. I believe, Vlad definitely does. They're paying these people for interviews, and I think these people realize there's now the time that their voice is relevant again. Have I watched Mark Curry's interview in the past? Yes. Would I want to hear him talk about anything other than him talk about, Diddy? No. So you get to realize where there is a richness of resources in figuring out who did what or find out information that we didn't know before. Okay. Yo, this is my man Boo